Welcome back, Fantasy Moto fans, to the PulpMX Fantasy Show. I am Donnie from RotoMoto, and in this video, I have 5 riders I want you to look at when making your picks for St. Louis 2022, tips for the FFL, the weather report, race day schedule, and an early look at what my team could be come Saturday night. And stick around to the end to find out how you could win race use and autograph memorabilia even if you aren't good at the game. This weekend is a Triple Crown round, meaning we will know every rider that lines up in the main events, which is pretty great because it means no zeros for you, but sucks because that also means no zeros for anybody else either. After a weekend off for the 450s and 2 weekends off for the 250s, we should see multiple riders return to the series, such as Justin Brayton, Max Anstey, Adam Entignap, and Shane McElrath in the Premier class, as well as the likes of Max Volan and Kyle Peters eyeing a return to the series as well. Be sure to utilize the medical flags in the rider selection to show injured riders and to confirm with the fantasy cheat sheets on Twitter and Instagram to make sure your riders are actually lining up for the point races. Also of note, with the Atlanta East-West Showdown on the horizon, remember that any East rider you pick this weekend will be locked out for next weekend. The top 4 in points will be all-stars next weekend, with the others worth double, so it is a good strategy to pick from those 4 this weekend, so you have all of the double eligible options at your disposal next. I have 3 guys to target, 1 to avoid, and a high handicap guy for you gamblers out there. Starting with the little class, working our way up, 250 All-Star, I'm looking at Cameron McAdoo. With the Jets sporting a negative handicap after winning 3 in a row, I would rather have him next weekend in the Triple Crown, where he's likely to be positive, and the next best thing from a consistency standpoint is Little Mac. The Pro Circuit Kawasaki rider is the only rider in the class to be on the podium for every single point pay and gate drop this season, and that's exactly what I want from my low handicap All-Star. A 250 guy I like this weekend, if you're planning on playing it safe with a low-risk team, is Kyle Chisholm. The Chiz is always gonna chiz, and if you're looking for consistency, then look no further. He has shown how incredible the Star Racing Yamaha is after getting incredible starts since stepping down to the small class, and being up front early, coupled with his ability to stay cool under pressure, is just what the doctor ordered for this consistency marathon that we call the Triple Crown. On to the 450 side, All-Star, I'm looking at Malcolm Stewart. The Rockstar Husqvarna rider has an average finish of 4.7 and has finished in the top 5 and 75% of gate drops this year. Mookie has also been one of the best in the 2 previous Triple Crown rounds, finishing in the top 5 in 5 of the 6 gate drops in Glendale and Arlington combined. One guy that I want you to steer clear from this weekend is Justin Bogle. The HEP Suzuki rider has benefited big time from the thinning field with 2 8th place finishes in the last 3 weekends, but with Brayton, Sexton, Ferrandis, McElrath, Anstey all looking to return, as well as Benny Bloss making his season debut, Bogle is going to have a much harder time to consistently finish in the top 10, and that means he simply doesn't have an upside in Triple Crown rounds. The high handicap hero of the round given to a rider with a handicap of 10 or more that I think has a realistic chance to score massive points this weekend if you're the type of person that likes to sweat out a little LCQ for a big payout. Since we know all 22 riders in the mains before the picks even lock, this might not hold, but if he makes the cut, but I want to remind y'all how good Benny Bloss can be. Big Rig makes his season debut this week as part of the Team Tedder KTM team at his hometown race in St. Louis. Last season, Benny made 12 main events with an average finish of 17th, while achieving a season best of 13th twice. Normally he would be risky because he does have a habit of crashing and trouble staying healthy, but in the Triple Crown format, that downside is not there, and with an 11 handicap, he could be poised to have the highest scores on the weekend. Moving on to the FFL, moving back to the east side, the 250 should be a no-brainer. Jet Lawrence has been 3 for his last 3 and had 2 likely ones thrown away at the Triple Crown before it, and with a medium-length start, he should be automatic in St. Louis. The 450 still leans Eli Tomac, although not as strongly with a shorter start straight. He leads the class with 4 of his own, including 3 in the previous 6 Triple Crown gate drops. Midwest time zones mean a middle-of-the-road schedule, with Race Day Live starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. If you're subscribed to Peacock, be sure to tune in near the end of Race Day Live to catch the last chance qualifiers that set the 22 riders that compete in each Triple Crown. RotoMoto Patreon supporters are the first to receive the enhanced cheat sheets as soon as the LCQs wrap up around 6 p.m. Eastern, and we'll hit Twitter and Instagram for everybody around 6:30. The picks lock and the gates drop at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Before I show you my early team, I just want to take a second to talk to you about Maxxis Tire coming on for all 17 rounds so I can deliver these videos for you. You know Maxxis Tire. You know their MX-ST tire designed by the king of Supercross and my all-time favorite rider, Jimmy McGrath. It is the newest and most advanced tire in the Maxxis MX lineup, featuring an all-new tread pattern, compound, and composition to provide the stability, predictability, and traction that the upper tiers of motocross demand. The entire SGB Honda team runs Maxxis on their race bikes, including PulpMX show favorites and on-again, off-again rivals Alex Ray and Kate Clayson, available at your local retailer and also at motosport.com. My Wednesday night team looks like this. Give me Cameron McAdoo as my all-star. Star Racing Yamaha's Kyle Chisholm. I have Red Bull KTM's returning Max Volan and Privateer hero and recent 450 LCQ winner, John Short. On the 450 side, I have Malcolm Stewart in the all-star slot, the returning Justin Brayton, as well as Rocky Mountain KTM teammates Max Anstey and Shane McElrath returning to action from injury. The prize for the highest score in St. Louis will be an autographed Max Anstey jersey, but if you're not great at fantasy, that is okay. If you want a chance to win something like this Cade Clayson side panel from his career best 10th place finish in Detroit this season, consider joining me on Patreon. For just $1 per week, you're entered to win race cues and autographed memorabilia, and insiders and above double their entries, as well as an exclusive podcast talking fantasy stats on every rider in the field, as well as the enhanced cheat sheets that come out every single Saturday. Link for that will be in the description below. And finally, don't forget to follow PulpMX Fantasy and RotoMoto on both Instagram and Twitter for injury updates as the weekend rolls on, qualifying info and stats and banner throughout the race itself, and those fantasy cheat sheets once qualifying is done and wrapped. Thanks for watching the PulpMX Fantasy Show presented by Maxxis. My name is Donnie, and may your chizzes chiz this weekend. Remember that 8 is great, and most importantly, have fun. Good luck, y'all.